Emily Dawson swept the same school floors every night. The cold tiles knew her silent tears. The empty classrooms whispered the dreams she dared not speak aloud. At just 21, Emily had already lived 1,000 lifetimes in service, not to her country, but to survival. Her life was split between mopping hallways, helping her wheelchair-bound brother Mark, and tending to her bedridden mother who rarely remembered her name due to advanced Alzheimer's. Every night, when the world slept, Emily stood behind the chain-link fence of the Air Force Base nearby, staring at the sky as the F-22 Raptors flew overhead. She'd close her eyes and imagine herself in the cockpit. In that moment, she wasn't a janitor. She was limitless. One cold evening, while wiping desks, her hand brushed across a crumpled flyer in a waste bin. She smoothed it out. Aviation boot camp for young women, no fees, just passion required. She stared at it for minutes. Her heart screamed louder than her doubts. That night, she filled out the online form in the school's computer lab after her shift, her fingers trembling with every word she typed. 3 weeks later, she received an acceptance email. Tears blurred her vision. She told no one, not even Mark. What if it was another dream crushed by reality? The first day at the camp felt like stepping into a different universe. The girls arrived in SUVs and carried Louis Vuitton duffels. Emily wore her brother's old army backpack and borrowed boots. As she walked past them, silence fell. Then came the whispers. Did she get lost? Maybe she's the help. But Emily ignored them. She clung to the words her father had once said before he passed: courage isn't about loud speeches. It's about quiet persistence. The days were brutal. She was slower in the simulator, weaker in hand-to-hand combat, and clueless about advanced tech. But where she lacked in experience, she made up for in raw determination. She stayed late, asked questions, took notes while others relaxed. Some instructors noticed. One, Sergeant Raymond, a battle-hardened pilot, watched her silently. He once saw her practicing hand signals alone at night under the hangar lights. He asked, "Why are you here?" She answered, "Because flying is the only place I feel free." He didn't smile, but he nodded. "Then earn your wings." Weeks passed. Slowly, the laughter stopped. Her hands stopped shaking during flight drills. She passed the survival test in record time. She saved another cadet from a sprained ankle during a wilderness hike. Even the girls who once mocked her began to sit with her at lunch, offering tips, asking her about her family. One night, while everyone slept, Emily sat alone in the barracks, looking at an old photo of her mother, father, and Mark, all smiling. Her bunkmate, Rachel, saw the picture. "Is that your brother?" Rachel asked. Emily nodded. "He used to run faster than anyone I knew. Then a car accident took his legs. I promised him I'd run and fly for both of us." Rachel placed a hand on her shoulder. "Then you're not flying alone." The real test came at the end. Only one cadet would be chosen for the solo F-22 flight during the final graduation ceremony. Everyone had their bets on Angela, the daughter of a decorated general. The night before the announcement, Emily sat alone on the runway. Mark called her. "You haven't called in weeks." "I didn't want to disappoint you." "You could never disappoint me, Em. Just promise me one thing." "What?" "Fly. Even if they don't let you, fly with your heart. I'll be watching." The next morning, everyone stood in formation. The commander read the chosen name. Cadet Emily Dawson. Gasps. Silence. Then scattered applause. Angela looked stunned, then approached Emily and whispered, "You earned it." In the locker room, as Emily suited up, Sergeant Raymond handed her a patch. It read, "Sky is not the limit. It's the beginning. You've earned this. Make them believe." Emily climbed into the F-22, every second a dream becoming real. As she took off, the crowd shielded their eyes. She soared, dipped, and twirled like she was painting her freedom in the sky. Mid-flight, she remembered sitting in the back of a broken-down bus with Mark, both covered in rain, when he whispered, "One day, Em. You'll fly above all this. And I'll be right behind you." She did a final loop, a symbol for infinity, for her family, for everything she carried inside. When she landed, the air shook with applause. She removed her helmet. Tears streamed down her face. Then, through the crowd, her brother appeared, in a government-issued wheelchair, pushed by a nurse. Mark's eyes locked with hers. Both were overwhelmed. The commander gestured her to the stage. Emily stepped up, took a deep breath, and spoke. "My name is Emily Dawson. You knew me as the janitor, the quiet girl with old shoes and tired eyes. But I was never just a janitor. I was my mother's daughter, my brother's strength, and my father's legacy." You laughed. "That's okay. Because today, I didn't just fly an F-22. I flew every girl's dream who was told she couldn't. If your heart is your compass, no sky is too far." As the crowd roared, Emily stepped down, tears still on her cheeks. Mark opened his arms. She ran to him, forgetting medals and pride, and collapsed into his embrace. "I saw you, Em. You were an eagle up there. You never stopped believing in me. You believed for both of us." They held each other tightly, sobbing softly as the world watched in reverent silence. For in that moment, it wasn't about ranks or jets. It was about the unbreakable spirit of a girl who rose above her station, and a brother who never let her wings falter. In the warmth of that embrace, Mark whispered through tears, "Mom would have been proud." Emily pulled back, looking him in the eye, "I did it for her. For you. For all the girls still cleaning classrooms, dreaming of runways." He held her hand and raised it in the air. The cadets, instructors, and officers all stood in a silent salute. Not for a decorated soldier, but for a fighter of a different kind. And in that moment, Emily Dawson became more than a pilot. She became a symbol. Of hope. Of strength. Of quiet persistence. And above all, of flight, not just with wings, but with soul.